Halftown yesterday?
I haven't heard a thing in the world.
You haven't heard anything about him?
Not a thing.
The indictments that were Halftown yesterday?
I haven't heard a thing in the world.
You haven't heard anything about him?
Not a thing. Haven't heard a thing.
So nobody's come to you and let you know about him or anything like that?
No, they haven't. Sure haven't. I hadn't heard one word.
Have you heard through the rumor mill what's going on about him?
Well, I've heard a rumor that the use of power in political, what do you call this? They just political. I don't know what is going on. Tell you the truth, I haven't heard a word. Nobody.
Mayor, people are saying that you have told the police department they can't arrest anyone. Is that true?
Well, people can say anything, but you need to talk to my attorney about this.
Who's your attorney for this?
Mr. Bobby Richardson in Glasgow, Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
And any response to the public here in Tompkinsville?
Well, I hadn't heard any public response. You're all the first people I've heard say anything about it. Nobody else has told me nothing about it.
Are you an honest man, Mr. Carter?
Honest man. Well, the people has elected me several times here in the county, and so, you know, that's just up to the county why people think I'm honest. It's honesty is in the matter of opinion of who you're talking to. We've all got opinions, you know.
Is there any corruption in the mayor's office?
If they are, I don't know. But they haven't been charged with any if they are.
But you would tell your constituents that you are not corrupt?
Huh?
You would tell
Well,
your...
sure, I've always told them that, and that's when I get elected. They don't think I'm corrupt, yes.
Have you told police officers not to arrest anyone?
Oh, no, I've always told police officers to do their official duties. Yes, I've got about 38 employees. I tell them all to do their official duties, all of them.
Has anyone ever been arrested before for... not arrested, but has anyone ever been fired before for arresting someone that you didn't like?
No, not for arresting no one, no. I've had to have budget cutbacks and stuff like that, run out of money. We're out of money up here now. We're just broke flatter than anything in the world, and sometimes I've had to lay off on account of budget cutbacks, ma'am. Nobody fired for nothing other than budget cutbacks.
Are they allowed to tow cars right now?
As far as I know, they are. They do it all the time. I've paid out all kind of storage bills for towing cars or four-wheelers and stuff like that.
There were 10 arrests this month in June in Tompkinsville, and last year this time there were 30-some arrests, and the year before that there were more than 40. Is crime going down in Tompkinsville?
I don't know. I'm not an attorney. I'm just the mayor, and I just take care of the mayor's duty. We've got lots of duties up there at the mayor's office. I don't keep up with statistics like that. We're out of money up there, and the budget is what that I'm trying to balance and trying to keep the city afloat. And I don't have any idea about what the crime is. I read the paper, and the paper will be full of arrests. I don't know how many of them ever goes to jail, but I get a place called Tompkinsville News, and they print the arrest, and there'll be a page full of them. So I don't know, you know.
Why would people have even thought that you would have told the police not to arrest anyone?
I can't tell you that. You can't tell what people think. I have no, listen, I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or nothing. I can't read what people think, you know. Wish I could. I'd be higher up than the little old mayor of the city of Tompkinsville.
Are you angry at all about the indictment?
Well, no, honey, this is just a political vendetta. No, I'm not angry at a soul. You don't get angry, honey. I'm just happy. The Lord's been so good to me. He brought my son and grandson back from Iraq and Afghanistan, fighting over there. And the Lord's been so good. I've been split open twice with heart attacks and got sugar diabetes, able to get up. I'm one of the happiest men you ever run into.
What would you say to those people who you say have that political vendetta?
Oh, I pray for them, honey. You ask the Lord to forgive them and pray that they will see the light and right over there's a good preacher, and he'd say the same thing. Wouldn't you, Mr. Shirty? I pray for people like that, hon.
Anything
Yeah.
else that you want to tell us?
Well, I don't know nothing to tell you, 'cause I haven't heard a word or nothing. I spent all day, I was summoned before the grand jury, I spent all day in the courthouse, and they never did put me on. I lost a day there, and I guess police will turn in world overtime, 'cause 2 or 3 policemen come to me yesterday and said they never was called, but they sat up there all day, and they said maybe they wasn't going to tell exactly what the people who are persecuting me wanted to hear. I don't know why they wasn't called, but
So you were there all day yesterday, but they never
Yeah.
called you before the grand jury?
no, they did not. No. No, my lawyer was there most of the day too, and I'll have to pay him about all day, 'cause he is there, and I respect him. He's a fine gentleman. Fixing to talk to him just in a few minutes, and I'd say he'd talk to you all.
All right. Well, we'll be.
Should anybody
Yeah.
be fearful of their jobs at the police department?
Should anyone be worried about their jobs at City Hall or the police
I
department?
wouldn't think so, as long as they're doing their job. I wouldn't think so, as long as we got any money now. If case of cutbacks, why, when we run out of money, and you have to cut back. Right here's one of the councilmen, right there is Mr. Jackie Ferguson. He's one of the council members.
But nobody would be fired for testifying against you.
I don't know when anybody testified. I didn't hear a person testify against me. Nobody's told me nobody testified.
How many police officers did they have last year here in Tompkinsville?
Last year, I couldn't tell you. I counted 6 yesterday. See, I've got around 40 employees.
You had 6 yesterday, 6 last year.
I couldn't tell you. I just can't. See, I'm an old man. I'm 70. I'll be 74-year-old just in a day or two, and my mind don't work as good as it one time
You still
did.
need to be mayor. I mean, if you're an old man and you're not able to keep track of how many employees you got, or
Well, I can go that's why I've got employees. They keep track of them. I've got a bookkeeper and city clerk and all. I can go up there in 5 minutes and tell you all that. If y'all want to come up there, I'll give you anything you want to
do
see.
that.
Can we come up there with you?
Why, honey, you can be more than happy. You are the nicest people I ever saw, and be just tickled to death to have you to come up, and we'll show you everything. I'll introduce you
Okay.
to all our people, and I'll go right now if these people let me out of here. I don't
Okay.
believe I owe them nothing. They said now there's nobody but Sarah.
Oh, she must have got it wrong.
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
I tried to call.
That's all right. I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure did. Come on in. You're Rodney, and who's this?
I'm Stephanie.
Stephanie? Come on in, Stephanie. You're all from Channel
WBKL.
WKL 13? Okay, come on in. Come in here, let's come through here.
Hello.
This is Sarah,
How are
Rodney, and Stephanie.
Nice to meet you, Stephanie.
And this is Dorothy and Mrs. Linda.
you? Dorothy and who?
Linda.
Linda.
Yeah. And Dorothy Nevington and Linda Craiglow. And they're two of my fine clerks. And when
How long
I
have they
need
worked
to
for
know
you?
The information, they're right here and they can tell me right off.
I've just been here a week.
And
I'm new employee.
All right.
let me go in here and see if there's 2 other ladies back
Okay.
here and introduce you to them. Come in here, ladies. Y'all got time? Come on in. Or you can come back here. This is Neva Lou.
Oh, good to meet you,
That's Sarah. That's Stephanie.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hello,
And
Stephanie.
this is Rodney.
How do you say your name again?
And
Neva Lou.
they're
Great.
with Channel
Neva Lou.
13.
Yes.
Let me go get my dog Tiger.
Okay.
Every night.
Oh, good.
He went to Five Dollars.
Oh.
I think I'm
Yeah.
Tell us how things work. That's good. That's a good thing.
This lady is a clerk. As soon as she gets off the phone, well, she'll give you, or talk to you and tell you all the employees and everything.
Okay.
And we have seasonal employees, and I just don't, can't keep track from day to day.
Right.
And I have so many other duties to do.
Yeah.
And so that's why I've got the most excellent help that you ever saw. And I'm just so proud of them. And I counted 6 police officers yesterday, and
I understand that a few years back,
yeah.
police officers were allowed to help other area law enforcement in things outside the city. Can they go outside the city now?
Oh, in emergency.
In emergency.
In emergency. Our duties here, see, we're a pauper city here, and we just barely operating. And yes, when I become mayor,
Okay, thank you, Barb.
when I became mayor, they had a fleet of old junk cars here. And every police officer was assigned a car. Now, correct me if this is Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
This is Sarah.
Sarah.
This is Rodney. And this is Stephanie.
Hi.
And they wanted to talk to us about our employees and records. And yes, when I become mayor, there's what they call them, fleet of cars. And everybody was assigned one. Well, one may live in Gamay, one may live most of them lived out of town. And they were just junks. So when to get elected, everybody was telling me we need to keep the city police because we were paying, it's the sheriff's duty, the way we understand it, to patrol the county. And our city pays the city police. And their primary duties is here in the city. And so I told them that since we were busted, the lady here keeps the records of her money, and she knows we're busted, and I just cut back everywhere that I can cut. And so we decided, even I had a nephew that was driving a vehicle. He was a supervisor here. He was driving a vehicle home, and I stopped him from taking his vehicle home. And we sold this old fleet of cars. I believe one of them brought $300. Did another one bring 900 or something?
No, I don't think you brought that much. It's like
Maybe it was a total of 900, them two did or something. And so I felt like save the people of this city money, that everybody should furnish their own vehicle to work and from work. I guess they furnish your own, but you're all not being funded by taxpayers or nothing. And so these ladies, they all had to drive in cars in and all. So I believe after we sold those cars, we saved, she and I counted up the other day. See, I can't keep all these figures in my head, but it's around $10,000 we'd saved on fuel and stuff. There's a saying that they's abusing the cars, driving to restaurants, and they were going to schools, picking up their kids. All these poor people here that elected me mayor, and they were putting pressure on me to stop that. So I asked the police to primary duties here in the city of Tompkinsville. Now, if there's emergency, naturally, I want them to go out, and they're perfectly. And I never talk to the police without I have the chief present. I let the chief of police run the police department. And,
There was a police officer, a woman, the only woman on the force, named Donna, who was fired about 4 months ago.
Well, I don't know why you'd say she was fired or not. See, I hired this lady, Donna, and she had been fired from Glasgow, and I don't know why you knew that or not, but my police chief hired her. I didn't hire her, because I didn't know her, but we needed an officer and had the money at that time. And so he hired her, and I didn't know her record. And so if when you're hired as a police officer, you're on a 6 months probation period. And so I didn't think she was working out, and other officers was telling me she wasn't working out. We were just I get the complaints because I'm the mayor. And so I let this lady go before her probation period was. That's what your probation period is. So
who was hired after she was let go? Someone else was hired with the police force.
Who would that be?
Kevin Webb, he was rehired.
Okay, Kevin Webb.
Why was Kevin Webb rehired if he was fired? Was it?
Kevin Webb's never been fired.
Oh, it hasn't.
No, Kevin Webb was let go once for budget cuts. Yeah, he wasn't fired. No, see, you were telling me earlier about people telling stuff. See, they just get their wires crossed. They don't know what they're talking about,
So his name was Kevin, you said?
Kevin Webb, I believe, yes.
And he was let go because of budget cuts.
He was let go, yeah, due to budget cuts, yeah. See, I'd been in mayor,
February of 2003.
yeah. See, I came in January of 2003, and I found the city busted. And so we started going over, and we started cutting help. And I believe we let one go from the office here, maybe two, I'm not sure. And maybe one or two from the park, and they were just during budget cuts. Why, they were several people let go. They wasn't fired; they just laid off due to no money. And
you were telling us that the city of Tompkinsville is having a really hard time even now making ends meet.
Oh,
you said
sure.
It was just a poor city.
Ask this lady right here. See, just a few months ago, the council passed 1% payroll tax. They saw what a shape we were in and all, and they were a lot of pressure put on the council, and they rescinded that 1%. We're just operating another month or two, we're going to be completely without money, and I tell them all the councilmen, I tell everybody else, see, we're just a broke city now. It's a pauper city, and we're just stretching every dollar we can stretch. In fact, we were running 2 garbage trucks with 3 to a truck, and so I cut that back. I cut one of those trucks out and laid two garbage people off to save money on that. And we're buying used tires for our vehicles here from dealers, trying to get by to save a little money, buying used tires and putting on these vehicles,
If you all were having a hard time last year making ends meet and you had to lay off one police officer, if things are still so tight now, why did you hire a 6th one back?
Well, I had just saved up enough money that I thought maybe we could afford it at that time. And we may go over this budget. She and I and all these ladies work together. And we may go over this budget, and we may have to decide to lay off somebody tomorrow, on account of budget cuts. We just never know. See, we have, I believe it costs us $300,000 to $400,000 a month here to operate this business, and so over 12 months, that's lots of money, and we look at the budget every day. I came in here every day, and we go over everything. We see just exactly what we owe and what we've got coming in, and what we've got in, in our bank accounts. And we do that every day.
Well, you said we could find out more about the city employees if we could.
Yeah, she'll
down
tell
and
you
learn more about that.
anything. She can tell you she's very efficient, and I'm so proud to have her and all of my employees.
Well, you won't see it. I'll take care of it.
Please.
like, oh, it's a mayor.
Okay, sir, you're good.
Okay, spell your first and last name for us.
Deborah, D-E-B-R-A. Hale, H-A-L-E.
And your title, Deborah?
City clerk.
You spell your name just like my mom spells hers?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Deborah, just start off telling us a little bit about the number of employees the city has and how much does that cost the city in general terms?
Well, we have approximately 38 employees. We have a couple of just seasonal. As in what you payroll, or now Lou does payroll. She'll have to tell you exactly what the payroll is. Of course, every third week the police has an incentive check, which that is they get a second paycheck that week. Approximately, Lou, what is their payroll a week?
Okay, this week it was $14,594.20.
That's just a regular pay week right there.
For 1 week for the entire police department?
No, that's the entire city.
Entire city?
We only
Okay.
have 6 police officers, and it was under $4,000 this week, the police department.
$3,728.44.
3,700.
28.
$3,728.44.
That's for 1 week at the police department?
One
That's
week.
correct.
And there was no overtime on that either, was there? No overtime.
There's
That's,
time.
and that's,
Is everyone paid every single week?
yes, every week.
Okay. So it costs approximately $14,500 to run this city,
No, that's just to pay the city employees.
just the city employees.
Mm-hmm.
How,
Is that accounting their benefits?
No.
Insurance,
not counting benefit?
Right.
Okay. How hard is it for a city the size of Tompkinsville to make ends meet with city employees?
It's very hard. Every week is a challenge. We have to see how much money we're going to have to roll over out of this fund or that fund just to meet payroll. Every week.
And what happens when you can't make those ends meet? What has to happen as a result?
Well, we always try to meet payroll. Then the bills don't get paid. So we're running behind on paying bills right now.
And then eventually jobs have to be cut.
Right.
What kind of decision-making process is that when you realize the money's running out and we have to cut jobs?
Well, that's when the mayor, myself, and the Tom Baker city operations supervisor, we sit in here and we decide who can we do without, what can we cut back, just like with the sanitation department.
Never a personal decision, just to how the bottom line can be met.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Rodney, you have any questions?
Can't think of anything.
Anything else that you could tell us just about the operations of the city and the number of employees? Or a few years ago there used to be 10 police officers, is that right, on the force?
I don't know. I've only been in the city clerk position a little over a year.
How could we find out when that was changed from 10 to 6?
When,
Did we have 10 city police officers at one time?
well,
Of course, there
we
was.
used to furnish, one or two for the schools under a grant program.
Mm-hmm.
I've been mayor before. I was mayor from 94 till 99.
94, yeah.
I was 5 years there, term.
Yeah, that'd be 99.
94 to 99, I was mayor. We didn't have 10 police officers then.
Mhm. Well, there was 8 when you came in a year ago in January, correct? Because two were laid off in February.
I guess that's right,
So
yes.
it would have been 8 until
yeah.
February of 2003. The two
On account of
layoffs.
budget cuts.
Right.
so.
Mm-hmm. Due to budgets, they cut it down to 6 then.
94 was the first time you were mayor?
As first, I believe let me go back, let's see. I've been mayor, this is going on my 2nd year.
Mm-hmm.
And a mayor before me was for 4 years. What years would that have been now? I came in in 2003.
It'd been 99 to 2002, wasn't it?
Okay. I was mayor for 5 years before that. Come in, Tiger. And from 94 to 99 through 99.
Is this another 5-year term?
No, this is a 4-year.
This is a 4-year term, so your term, you'll be up for re-election possibly in...
Well, my term
2007?
will be over
Okay.
in 2006.
Well, yeah.
2006.
I'll possibly be a candidate for some other office, probably not mayor, but,
Anything else you can tell us about the city employees or how it runs?
I can't think of anything
Do you
right
think
now.
city employees are pretty understanding about how tight the budget is, or do people get upset, or?
Most of them are really understanding because they see, and a lot of them really actually see and hear how underappreciated they are. It's just like the garbage man that rides the truck through the rain, the sleet, and the snow, and probably our lowest paid people, and,
yeah,
you know,
$6 and something,
well,
you know.
we just now got our last one up to $7 an hour, you know, and,
They're real, just like a honest bargains. We buy everything used nearly here. We
don't buy anything till we check and till we find the lowest price.
Yeah.
And then it's
We bought
usually a
an old
have to
farm,
have.
we bought a used farm tractor we had to use for mowing different things around here. I believe we bought it, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. And we're just, all the employees are just so good about helping us find cheap, something that we can get by on real cheap.
As part of public record, how much are each of the police officers paid?
It's a public record.
It is?
Just tell them.